Hi, guys.
Hi.
We're doing another
Hi.
review.
We're doing another review.
It's kind of last minute. We weren't expecting to do a review.
But I like doing reviews, especially of movies.
Our neighbor's dog wants to get in on it.
Ooh.
So we're doing a review.
Yes. You want to tell them what we're reviewing?
I think I could.
I have to admit, this is the second time I've seen this movie, and it's the first time Aaron's seen the movie. But we just got done watching it. Mm-hmm. It is called the Gurnsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. That is a mouthful.
Yes.
This came out in 2017, I think. It's fairly new. It's a Netflix original. Mm-hmm. It has Lily James and McKeel Huseman. I don't think I said his last name correctly.
I don't know.
I don't think I said it. There's actually a lot of people in this movie, especially if you're a fan of British television. Or just British things all the way around. Lots of people from Downton Abbey, 4 that I can recall off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. I don't know all of their names, but that's the name of the movie.
Yes, it's very, very good.
It's so good. It was even better the second time. I absolutely adore it.
Now, okay, so it is a fresh idea, but generally it's a love story. So
yes.
You're gonna have the love story.
Yes, it's a love story of sorts. It takes place in 1940s.
Post World War.
Yeah. Well, the story actually starts in post World War II, but it flashbacks between pre and post World War II. It flips back and forth, but it's basically the story of a writer who connects with someone who found her address in a book and decides to write her and tell a story about how a literary society formed during the occupation of Germany in their small town, and how books and the society kind of saved them emotionally, socially, just the fellowship of other people. And I mean, that's really all I'll say about the plot. I mean, you need to see this movie. It's so phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Telling that generic, without giving away stuff, it really doesn't do it justice.
It doesn't.
Because there is a gigantic backstory.
Yeah. That
they peel away at.
Yeah, and you can't peel one layer back without peeling another, and then it's just, you might as well have watched the movie. Yeah. But I think the reason I like this movie so much is, yes, I think there's movies that come out today that are somewhat romance movies or, war type movies. Yeah. I think that the reason this one works is because, number one, the story is just so, I don't know how to describe it. It's so well written, and it's not over the top. I don't know how to compare it to something.
Romance movies have, with just like a lot of movies nowadays, have become stagnant.
They've lost the romance.
Yeah.
To me.
But the writing in this was amazing.
Phenomenal.
Was amazing. And the acting, holy.
So good. So good.
And like I said, it's a romance, but it's kind of fresh.
But I mean, there's more to it than just romance. I don't want people to think oh, I'm going to go watch this movie about love, and it's so much more.
It's not about the romance. It's a romance movie that's not about focusing on the romance.
Right.
The other story is the main story.
Yeah, there's
the
a
romance,
whole other story.
The
behind
romance
this.
comes about while the main story is happening.
Yeah.
That's how it's different.
And I think, like, honestly, when I say that romance movies now have lost the romance, that's exactly, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I know that 1946 was a very different time, like, as far as how men and women were in relationships and courtships and things like that. Like, and I understand that. But why do we not tell those stories anymore? Yeah. And why don't we try to emulate those stories in our lives anymore? I think, yeah.
I think the romance movies nowadays tend to focus on physical attraction.
Yeah, like physical attraction and immediately getting into bed with one another and like...
Now there is a sort of that.
Yeah, but not... I mean, there's nothing inappropriate in this. This is totally... I would think that this would be...
What I mean is, romance movies need... I mean, there's going to be a physical attraction.
Right.
But that doesn't need to be the romance.
Right.
Romance is a lot more than physical. It is...
That's very true.
Yes.
Very, very true.
It's way more internal,
Yeah.
and connections than just physical in a romance. And those kind of movies these days...
Speaking of romance. What?
Uh-huh,
okay,
those kind of movies these days have kind of lost the nuance, the deep connections of romance.
Yes.
Of actual romances.
Yes. So I think we're focused so much on the romance part right now because we just finished watching it, and that's immediately what we started talking about.
Because that's kind of,
But I want to talk a little bit just about the fact that part of the movie focuses on the fact that while Germany was occupying this little town, and I think it's supposed to be, I've literally done no research on this, so forgive me, but I think that this little town is near France or something, because they did say some things about France.
They have a French that's all their own.
Yeah, and so it's this tiny little town that Germany occupied in the 40s, and then through kind of very strict rules and restrictions, they weren't allowed to have even food at times and things like that. So this group of neighbors kind of get together, and because they were caught after curfew one night, they kind of had to make up the fact that they're part of a literary society.
A reason for them.
So that's kind of how them reading books started. And I think what I love about that aspect of the story is, number one, it just makes me want to read more, because I used to read all the time, and now I say I don't have time, but I just don't think that's true. I think I just find other things to occupy my time, which is terrible. I know, we have phones, we have television, I mean, we have all this stuff to occupy our brains. But I do love the fact that they focused on the fact that, you're talking about people who are in a World War II situation, and they are using books to be their one escape and their one, and through that, having interaction with neighbors that maybe they didn't even know, and now these are it's like family. So that aspect of the movie is phenomenal. It's hilarious. It's sad. It's hilarious. It's romantic. It's everything that I want out of a movie when I go to a movie. When you go see movies that are like kid movies or action movies or musicals or things like that, you kind of know what you're getting. And it's not that they can't have elements of the things I just mentioned, but I'm a person that's you don't have to give me all of this flair and explosions and CGI, and you don't just tell me a good story. And this was such a good story.
This movie has life in it.
Yes. Oh, that was so good. That's good. Yes.
It has life, real life in it.
Yeah. We just enjoyed it so much. And I love the actors in it. Like I said, I've known them from other things.
There's not a bad actor.
Nope. Not one.
Mm-mm.
Not one. I mean, just oh my gosh, just, so good.
And the writing.
And I might have to steal your phone just to get these actors' names correct because, well, I know who Lily James is. I can talk about Lily James. The first thing I saw Lily James in was Downton Abbey. If you'll pull up your IMDb so I can at least look at names. And, you know, and then since then, you know, she's been in the live action Cinderella and God, a million other things. But so I knew who she was, and so it's not Michael, it's McKeel.
McKeel.
That's how he says it, I think. McKeel.
Huisman?
What?
Is
that how you?
I don't know. I said Huisman. It could be Huisman. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm so bad at this. I know who he is, though. The first time I watched this movie, I kept looking at him going, how do I know him? How do I know him? How do I know him? And I think I just reverted to, well, maybe he was in Downton Abbey because everybody else in this movie has been in Downton Abbey at some point. But I couldn't handle it anymore, and so I IMDb'd it, and he's in Game of Thrones right now, which is the thing that I was like, oh, yes.
The other
He's
British show
the
that has every
one.
British actor in it.
Well, that's not technically a British show.
I
It's
know.
HBO.
I know.
But, yes, there are a lot of British actors in it. And he's not British. He's from He's from Holland.
Oh.
Yes. It's like, I like to do research on actors that I very much enjoy. Not just acting, but aesthetically as well. Oh, Lord, ladies, he's sexy. Anyway, so let's just be real. But he's on Game of Thrones, and he was in Age of Adeline, which I haven't seen yet either. But I've been told, yes, you must see this. If you like him, you must see this movie. So I will. Another actress that was in it was Katherine Parkinson, who we know from the IT Crowd,
Yeah.
which is a British show that we
Hilarious.
adore.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. We were even talking about it today. I think because I wanted to watch this movie with you. But if you haven't seen the IT Crowd and you love British humor that's just ridiculous and complete nonsense, go watch the IT Crowd. But she was very good in this also. I want to make sure that I touch on the actors because it's just insane. Oh yeah, Matthew Goode. Okay, so Matthew Goode or Goody, I don't know if that's how you say it. He played her publisher, but he's also from Downton Abbey, and I adore him. Jessica Brown Findlay. She's also from Downton Abbey. She played one of the sisters, and I can't remember off the top of my head the name of the sisters, but she played the middle sister, Sybil. She played Sybil in Downton Abbey, and she was fantastic in this as well. And then, oh my gosh, the guy who played Eben Ramsey, his name is Tom Courtenay? Don't know. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just so great. So awesome. And then the last main person who was in it was Penelope Wilton. First of all, let me just say about Miss Penelope Wilton. The first thing I ever saw her in, I know that people that are like British are going to be like, I can't believe that's the first thing you saw her in, because she's been in a lot. But the first thing I saw her in was Doctor Who. She played the Prime Minister in Doctor Who's, and she was also in Downton Abbey. And when I saw her in Downton Abbey, I was like, oh my gosh, she's the lady from Doctor Who! And I got so excited. So, those are the core characters in this, and every single one of them is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, if I had been on that set as an actor, I would have just been like this all day. Because I'd just be watching this brilliance happen in front of me. Just brilliance. Like, as someone who is a performer and actor themselves, it's like, you just want to be surrounded by that much talent and that much creativity. Like, I would just, and then I could just die a happy person. Like, I would just, so. And if you can't tell, I watch a lot of British stuff. So, now you talk, because I've been talking a long time. So, sorry. I just get really excited when I like stuff. Huh?
I talked a lot in the beginning.
I know. I'm just saying. I get really excited when I really like something, and then I tend to just so yeah.
That's why
Sorry.
we work well. Like, the novel can be great and all, but making a novel or making a movie based on a novel is totally different than writing.
Yeah.
You like I said, the conversations in movies are totally different.
Yeah.
Than in a book. So that is all on the screenplay writers.
Yeah, just all casual. Well, and actors too, like you said.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
actors
know.
have to
I don't know how much of it was
hold
kind of improv or things like that. Within reason, I would think, but I just think if you're wanting something that's, I know it's weird to say light when it has to do with World War II, but if you want something that is light and just easy and you don't have to think about too much, but you still want to be good and not like, just kind of those guilty pleasure type movies, this is it, because it's so good. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll clap probably. I did the first time I saw it. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. But I tend to overreact. But I love it. I think as a performer, I have to give applause to people even if they can't hear me. I'm just like, oh, you deserve it. You deserve so much applause. So everyone involved with this movie, applause. 2 thumbs up. End of the day,
it's a good movie.
2 thumbs up.
Yes.
I would recommend it.
Yes.
I would watch it again. I probably will watch it again.
I didn't focus a whole lot on the music. It was very light that I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Typical.
It's
that kind of.
yeah.
I mean.
But music, can't tell. Writing.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Acting. Thumbs up. Directing, obviously. Thumbs up. Overall, great movie.
I would say, as far as family friendliness, I think it's pretty friendly. I would just be wary of the more serious parts, especially about when Germany was occupying.
Yes.
That's really up to you as a parent to figure out if that's appropriate.
Right.
Because based on the maturity of your child, but language, there's not any language. Really?
There are some
I don't even know what it's rated.
harsh situations.
Yeah, for sure.
That sensitive children may have a hard time with and
Right,
not understand, and you
right.
might not want to have to explain it.
Right, they may not understand certain things, and they may
But-
ask you a lot of questions. So based on whether or not you want to answer those questions,
But there's no
I would,
there's no how would you say that? No, like, there's not anything to have to do with sexual situations. There's not language. It's actually pretty good.
I'm sorry. So I'm on IMDb. I was trying to see what the movie was rated, and I don't see what it's rated. But I just happened to scroll past a review, and I'm not going to read it. But the heading of it says, "Be warned: this film contains acting." Whoever you are correct.
Yes.
And I could not agree more. Like, it's so sad that is part of, like, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, there is a parental guide, and I mean, there's not a whole lot. There is a fight scene in a bar, but it's not not overly gruesome.
It's so quick too. It's really quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be fine. Like, I would have no qualms showing it to, a younger person.
Yeah. Teenagers, fine.
There's no, like, sexual things.
No.
Like, there's kissing, but that's pretty much it. Like, kissing. And there's nothing, like, inappropriate or anything like that. So, and like I said, I can't even think of a scene where there was even language. Because even with the German occupation, a lot of things are spoken in German that are, like, harsh. Yeah. So I don't think they would understand them anyway. Yeah. So, but that's kind of the overall of what I thought. I just loved it. And like I said, I'll probably watch it again at some point.
Definitely.
So, are there any movies that you think we should review?
Yeah.
Is there something that any of these actors have been in that you want us to see. Did you like this movie? Have you seen this movie? Let us know.
Yeah.
Did you hate it? Because if you did, you're wrong. But we'll still read the comments. I love debate. So, but if you find something wrong with this movie, I don't even know.
You are nitpicking if you find.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So overall, we love the movie.
Yes.
And we highly recommend.
Yes. So let us know what movies you want us to review.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if you like this movie, and we'll do more reviews. I like this. I like reviewing stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun. Hey. And we'll review anything. We'll review music. We'll anything.
Yeah. We know that we have been slacking in videos.
Yeah, so sorry.
Especially in singing.
Yeah, the holiday season, you guys, is really, really tough for both of us because we both work in an industry where this is a big time. So it's been rough.
Like I'm, I work someplace where my schedule is not known all the time.
No.
And Chelsea is going through. She's in the community.
Yeah, community arts. It's hard.
So lots of things happening nowadays.
Especially around Christmas. So if we don't get a chance to say it again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, be safe out there, Happy New Year, safe travels, friends, family, the whole thing.
Yes.
But
designated drivers, cabs, and Ubers.
Yes. There's no excuse nowadays to drink and drive. So please be safe. And if you're traveling somewhere, be safe, be smart. But
we love all of you for watching.
Yeah.
We hope to hear from you in the comments.
And we will be better next year, we promise. And there'll probably be another video soon.
You can like the video.
Subscribe.
You can subscribe. Whatever you want to do.
And you can follow us on
Instagram
and Twitter. Although we don't use Twitter a whole lot. No. Mainly Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So.
Yeah. So, anyway. All that to say, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Chelsea.
And that was
a little bit of us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, I'm on that pause there because I have something I want to say that we can cut out in editing. I just wanted to pause so that we can come back to it later. There is a line in this. If you decide to put this in, it's going to be hilarious.
Oh no.
There's a line in this that any woman watching it, it's going to make your ovaries hurt.
Oh. And that's
I'm not going
it.
to say it. They have to watch it.
You've got to watch it. Which one are you talking about? The one at the home? Yeah. I think more than the line, it's the look. Like, yeah, ladies, first of all,
the how the line was given.
Yeah.
Okay, so
your ovaries will hurt, and other bodily reactions may happen. I mean, okay, let me say this, because I'm not a man, so I don't know, like, I mean, Lily James is beautiful, and she's gorgeous, and I'm sure that men who watch this movie with their wives or girlfriends or significant others, they'll be happy. They'll have something to enjoy, and she's beautiful. But ladies, Mikhail Hussman, however you say your last name, he is so sexy. Guys, just watch it. Just watch the movie. If you've seen him in Game of Thrones or Agent of Adeline, you already know. So just go ahead and see him in this movie. Let him say the line that's going to make your ovaries hurt, and you can thank us later.
Okay. And pause. So you can yeah.